Joining me for this hardcore monster bestial slapfest are King of the Airwaves and saviour of modern broadcasting, Chris Moyles, straddling TV and radio like a latter-day colossus, Phil Gympters, and one for the ladies, media darling, Paul Ross. So, a great night of monster hurting in store. Anything caught your eye, Phil?
I think that's the basic Toho classic, your Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, right at the end of the evening, which is fantastic, because when you're getting in from clubbing, and you turn the TV on, you're doing your bit of post-club TV surfing, and then something like Godzilla King Ghidorah comes on.
A giant lizard.
Well, you think you've
had
a bit more to drink than you actually have had.
You've had a good night.
It's a cracking night out.
Yeah. Chris, anything caught your eye?
King Kong.
King Kong.
Definitely looking forward to it. Big fan of King Kong and all the Kong family.
The big
Donkey Kong as
Donkey
well,
Kong.
and all the other games, so looking forward to seeing that. Very excited, in fact.
Okay, pretty excited.
Very excited.
Paul, what about yourself?
Well, I'm looking forward to the films. I want to see the documentary, but I'm here with a big hunk of hard cash, big enough to choke a horse, and I want to make even more money. Bill, I'm here for the gambling.
Right, a gambling man, confident man, Paul Ross Sand. So, luckily for you gambling types, we are featuring 3 fantastic monster wars, featuring some of the most ludicrously terrifying creatures I've ever seen. All our guests tonight have been given 10,000 monster pounds. And what they've got to do tonight, we've got to check out the form, see the odds, and then pick a winner. So, let's have a look at tonight's monster contenders.
Born in the heart of a nuclear blast in 1954, Godzilla is approximately the height of Nelson's Column and weighs an incredible 22,000 tons. He is able to fire a deadly atomic ray from his mouth, and with such an impressive fight record, it is no wonder he's called the King of Monsters. Ebira, the horror of the deep, is a colossal crustacean that was created by radioactive leakage from a reactor in the South Seas. At 25,300 tons, he has a weight advantage over Godzilla, and with pincers the size of double-decker buses, he's certainly a worthy opponent despite his poor fight record.
So, a fearsome first fight then, nothing to choose between them. Before I ask the fellas who they're going to bet on, let's go down to the floor to see where the clever money's going, with Barry the bookie.
Thanks, Bill, and welcome to the first fight of the night. Now, this first fight of the night is Godzilla versus Ebira. If you thought Elvis was the king, you're mistaken. The king of monsters is Godzilla, and tonight he's fighting Ebira. This is a giant lobster. He's got big claws and a big pincer, and he's fighting in his own territory in the sea. But we still make the favourite Godzilla at 2-1, and the outsider is 4-1, this lobster. Will he be a lucky lobster tonight? Over to you, Bill.
Thanks, Barry. Right, okay, that's the form. Who do you fancy, Paul?
For me, it's got to be Godzilla. I think the geezer with the pincers is a ponsified pansy. He may be in the water. Godzilla's amphibian. He came from the water.
Easy.
And how frightened would you be of... What's he going to do? Nip him to death? It's got to be Godzilla.
Chris, what do you reckon?
I agree.
Yeah?
I must admit, I agree.
You're going with a big lizard?
I like the breath stuff, the halitosis. It's a killer every time.
But he's in the water, though. He's in the water. The lobster boy there, he's in the water. You know, it's his home.
You know what? I'm going for the King of Monsters.
King of Monsters,
Yeah,
right, okay.
I'm going for the big boy.
There might be an outside bet, the lobster. What do you reckon, Phil?
I'm sorry to disagree with the lads at the end of the table, but I have to go all the way with the seafood fella.
Do you reckon?
Come on, he's got the home crowd advantage. You imagine you're down there, you're battling against a big lizard with radioactive breath, but behind you, 20,000 little lobsters clapping you along. Has to be Ebira.
Giving it all out. Oh, that's the gong of death. Place your bets. Let's see what's going to happen.
5K, uncut, Godzilla.
All right, 5K on Godzilla, okay.
You've got a change of 100.
No.
I'm a cautious better.
Don't muck about, just slap your money down.
All right, 100 each way.
Oh, hello. Right,
Well,
that's the bet in. Now, let's hand over to our big fight commentator, Jonathan Pierce.
Thanks very much, Bill, and the atmosphere here on the floor, very tense, but following Bill's thoughts moments ago, a lot of late money on Ebira, I can tell you, as the Master of Ceremonies calls for hush. And first to show, it's Ebira with the bad skin condition in the front of the picture, and there is Godzilla, king of the monsters, with a right foot half volley. Back comes the half volley return, thumping to the chest. He's trying the old Rocky II maneuver, with those lumps of lava hewn from the very depths of the earth. Another backhand smash on the edge, son. Gives it back once again to Ebira. How can he deal with that? Another header back from Godzilla, but it's all very tame. And that's juice, lobster juice, and Godzilla's had enough. I think it's time to tip the toe into the water. They want blood. Splash them on all over. And again, not enough. And we've got Lobster Thermidor! Bruised, beaten and broiled surely out of it now. And Godzilla, don't put your bad breath in where it's not wanting, and back it comes. Ebira's up and fighting. Ebira's still there. Red hot action from the undersea monster. Exchanging blows. It's even Stevens. There's the old Boston crab routine. A thump to the heart of the crustacean. And he's going for that extra clause in his contract as he Godzilla. Again, he sneaks off to the slimy deep. And it's the old toe stuck in the plug hole routine. And now, hit him on the head, hit him on the head, hit him on the head with an undersea rock. And still Ebira shrinks but doesn't die. Godzilla biting off more than he can chew now, surely. Can he get one of those claws ripped out of the socket, Godzilla? And he's done it! He's bitten off as much as he can chew. And Ebira now is flailing hopelessly. And he's totally harmless. And he slinks away into the distance. And Godzilla once again is king of the monsters. And as he plays castanets with those claws, so he gets the crowd's applause.
So, big money there for Paul, big win for Chris. Phil, not so lucky there.
How can that be a legal move, having his claws off? That's not right.
You did
one little ear nibbling, the crowd goes mental, and yet claws coming off.
Well, it was hard but fair, mate.
That was illegal.
That little final moment when he rubbed salt in the wound and he just clapped the claws and said, like, remember these? You said goodbye to these.
He's got the monster ray. What did he do? The splashing. Oh, I'm going to splash you. I'm going to splash you.
That is an allowed move when claws are being ripped off.
It's pathetic.
I'm 200 down.
All monsters, they hate splashing.
No.
Well, don't worry, there's 2 more fights to come. Because it's winner stays on in this game, and Godzilla will next be fighting King Kong.
What's your arms, Kong?
Godzilla, though, where does he come from? Why is he so angry? Why has he got a massive tail and a big atomic ray coming like that? Ah! Does he ever get up in the morning, look in the mirror and just think, what's the point? All these answers coming up now in a documentary about Japan's very own King of the Monsters.